Hey second grade, welcome back. Today we are going to do our second lesson in chapter 7. So go ahead and open up your book to page 473. I'm going to rip out page 473 and 475. If you need to pause the video to get yourself sorted, you can go ahead and do that. If not, let's get started. So before we start the lesson, we're going to go over each coin one more time. So the easiest coin to identify is our penny, and we know that a penny is worth 1 cent, right? So penny, easily spent. Copper, brown, and worth 1 cent. All right, and then our next coin is our nickel. Got cool nick there. And a nickel is worth 5 cents, right? It even says it on the back, 5 cents. So nickel, thick and fat. Nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5. I know that. Do I know that? Yeah, we know that, right? 5. And then our next coin is a dime. Okay, a dime is little and thin, and it's worth 10, right? So dime, little and thin. I remember you're worth 10. All right, and then last, this is the one that we didn't really talk about yesterday in our lesson, but today we are adding quarters. So quarters are in the mix, and quarters are our biggest coin, and they're worth the most. So quarter, big and bold. You're worth 25, I am told. So how many hairs do you think a quarter is going to get? If a hair is worth 5, and a quarter is worth 25, how many hairs would we need for a quarter? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we need 5 hairs on a quarter. Okay, let's go ahead and flip over to the back of that first page. And let's get going. So it says a quarter has a value of 25 cents. So here's a quarter. What we would do for a quarter is we would give it 5 hairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so every time we see a quarter, we're going to do that. Here it says count by 25s, count by 10s, count by 1s. So here we have a quarter. So I know it doesn't look like the back of the quarter that I showed you, right? It doesn't have the eagle on it, but a lot of states have their own quarters. So quarters have different backs. So this is a quarter, and it's going to get 5 cents. And if you can look really, really close, I talked the other day that a quarter has a ridged edge. So if you have a quarter at home, feel the edge of that quarter. Do you feel how it's kind of rough? You can kind of see it in the pictures if you look really, really close. Look really, really close. You guys see it? So that's a quarter. So a quarter is going to get 5 hairs. So I'm going to put 5 hairs on that quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hairs on this quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we have a dime, and a dime is worth 10. So how many hairs will a dime get? 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we have our penny, and a penny, how many hairs? Trick question. It doesn't get a hair, right? It just gets a dot because it's only worth 1. Poor penny. So when we go ahead and count, we'll just count those hairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 cents, 55, 60, 60 cents, 65, 70, 70 cents, 71 cents, 72 cents. So our total value is 72 cents. All right? Remember, we always have to put that cent sign, and it's just a C with a line down the middle, okay? If not, we don't know what you're talking about. Is it $72? Is it 72 SpongeBobs? Is it 72 cotton candies? Like, we don't know, right? So we have to have that cent sign so we know what you're talking about. So don't forget the cents, okay? All right, let's go ahead and go down to number 1. It says count on to find the total value. So the first thing we need to do is figure out, what are these coins? What is this? What is that? A quarter. And a quarter is worth how much? 25 cents. So we're going to put 5 hairs on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And this is actually Florida's quarter. This is what the back of a quarter from Florida looks like. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and count. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents, comma, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 cents. And that's it. Our total value is 50. All right, let's keep going. So here we have, what is that? A quarter. And this is Virginia's quarter. And you can tell if you look here, they're the same size as this one, right? And you can kind of see those ridged edges. And that's George Washington. So George Washington is on the quarter. So we're going to put 5 hairs on each of those quarters. Okay. 5. And then here we have a what? A dime. It even says it on it. It says 1 dime. And a dime is worth 10 cents. And 10 cents, how many hairs are we going to get? 2. So we're going to write 2 hairs. And then we have a penny. What are we going to put for a penny? A dot, right? Because it doesn't get a hair. It's not worth 5. Okay, so then I can go ahead and start counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 cents. Almost forgot my comma there. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75 cents. Oh, my comma. 80, 85 cents. 86 cents. So our total value is 86 cents. I'll go back and recount that, make sure I counted it all correctly. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86. We did it. That's good. Okay. Let's go down to the next one. So here we have a $quarter. It says quarter right on the coin. So easy. So we know it's a quarter. So how much is a quarter worth? 25 cents. And how many hairs does a quarter get? 5. So I'm going to put 5 hairs on that quarter. Yep. And then 5 on this quarter. And then halt. Wait. No. Is that a quarter? No, it's smaller. And if you look, that's cool. That's George Washington, right? And this is Cool Nick. And Mr. Cool Nick, he is not worth 25. He wishes, right? He is only worth how much? 5 cents. So how many hairs does Cool Nick get? 1. By the way, this isn't actually Cool Nick. That's not his real name. It's really Thomas Jefferson. But we're going to pretend like it's Cool Nick, okay? We got Cool Nick. And then here we have a what? A penny. And a penny is worth 1, so they just get some dots. All right, now I can go ahead and count those coins. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 cents. 55 cents. 56 cents. 57 cents. So our total value is 57 cents. All right, how are we doing? Good? All right. On this next page, I want you to go ahead and try 4 through 7. Pause the video, and when you come back, we'll check over our answers together and see how you did. All right? I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, welcome back. I hope you got all of your work done. All right, so I went ahead and I counted all my coins, identified them, and I put all of my hairs on it, and I showed my work. So I hope you did the same thing. So up here we have 4 quarters. So I used my hairs, but if you already know your quarters and you're pretty good at identifying and pretty good at counting, you could also just count them by what normally us adults do. So normally it's 25, 50, 75, $1. So when we're counting quarters, it's 25, 50, 75, $1. So let's remember that pattern. So say it with me. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. And $1 is really 100 cents. And $1 is worth 100 cents. So when we get to 100, it's $1. So 25, 50, 75, $1. All right? $25, $50, $75. So when we're counting by quarters, we only need 4 quarters. And it's kind of like if you played basketball or if you watch basketball, how many quarters are in basketball? 4. And a quarter is a fourth of something. So a $quarter is a fourth of a dollar. That's where it gets its name. So when we would count it, if you counted it by 5s, it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, which is $1. And you could have put 100 cents, or you could put the dollar sign, $1 dot 2 zeros there. Okay, that's how you show a dollar. Either way works, so count either way right. All right, then we have number 5. We had 1 quarter, 2 and 4 dimes. So we would count this 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. Or you could have counted it by 5s by counting out your hairs. Either way works. Down here we have 2 quarters and 4 nickels. So we would count this 25, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Or you could count it by the hairs and get 70 cents. Number 7, we have 1 quarter, 2 nickels, and 3 dimes. 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38 cents. Or you could have counted them by the hairs and the dots. Either way works, okay? Whatever you can do. All right, for the rest of them, I want you to try them out and then ask whoever is at home with you, your homeschool teacher, your grown-up at home, ask them to check over your work, see how you did, okay? Keep practicing identifying coins and counting them at home, okay? The more that you do it, the better you'll get and the easier this all will become. And this is a super important life skill. You're going to have to count money when you get older. This is something you're going to have to do, okay? So make sure that you understand it because you want to have a lot of money, right, when you grow up? So you want to know how to count it, right? So we got to learn right now, okay? So practice at home. Make sure that you know what each coin is and how much it's worth, and then just practice counting, okay? All right. That is all for today. I will see you all tomorrow. See ya.